everybody. Uh, Today, I would like to demonstrate some difference in my cutting skill and the cutting skill of the traditional schools. Recently, I have been teaching some overseas students who had previous training before from Japanese swordsmanship as well as HEMA. And they often hold the belief that they should not lever their hilt. They should hold a structure and cut while maintaining that grip structure. Okay, let me demonstrate. What I mean is that they believe that they should grip their sword and then hold this structure and then just cut with it. At least this is what they were taught before from their disciplines, former disciplines. While I hold another belief that you should use whatever you can. The C power, for example, is from the wrist and the fingers. And you can see with just the C power, or what they say levering, I can cut pretty high speed. But then they said levering in their discipline was said to be not powerful enough to cut through anything. It was very much a kendo technique like this, which doesn't cut through stuff. So they were against levering and more into the whole arm swinging. So today I will do a test and compare the cutting techniques. I've prepared two identical targets, two upper arm targets, exactly the same size and difficulty, using the same sword, which is a Jiangxi Hiratsukuri katana, because I do not want to risk my own precious sword. I can foresee that cutting with the traditional method may get the sword stuck inside the target and damage the edge. So I'm going to use this one, which is a leftover from a former student. He wouldn't mind me damaging it. Okay, and then I will cut the same target with my kind of technique without a big swing. Okay, let's see how it does. think the result speaks for itself, and the difference is pretty clear. From the first target, I make 2 cuts with the traditional method, which is to twist my wrist inward as the Japanese style, emphasizing, and then hold my grip like this, and then swing with the whole structure. The stationary standing one doesn't work, didn't work, and then I added with a footwork, which cuts partially through, at least through the bone of the upper arm target. However, it wasn't a clean cut through. It drags through. So basically, it failed. And then on the second target, I switched to my own technique, which is a levering, Musashi grip powering, non-traditional grip. And you can see that I can do a shortcut with the same sword through the same target. And even the freestanding ones were all finished off with such little motion. Actually, in one of the koryu in Japanese, their headmaster is using this kind of technique on bamboo inside a forest. He's an elderly master. I'm not sure if he's still alive at this time, but he used levering technique. So I wonder why the Japanese style and the HEMA style emphasizing on not levering. I don't understand why they do this, because this actually robs their high speed zone away. They have no high speed zone. They have no speed in cutting, as well as they cannot do the little cut that can cut off the whole arm off. We are talking about a motion like this, and then the whole arm is off. I have no idea why they forbid using levering. That is the first thing. And I have some guess. Maybe they were just cutting tatami. And I've mentioned many times, tatami is nothing compared to my kind of target, because tatami itself lacks the hard core inside. So it is very easy to cut through. And if all they tried was cutting tatami, then they will see no need in improving their power generation beyond what they were trying to do without levering. I think many techniques were watered down along generations, dumbed down, you can say that, to make it easier to pass to the students, to increase the market share among the whole pie. So you get more students because your techniques is more easy to learn, less complex, but they are not as effective as you can see, way less effective. So I'm now going to clear the field first, and see you later.